Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Media News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In tonight's episode of EastEnders, Zack, James Farrar, and Whitney, Shona McGarty's love story took yet another turn. At the start of the show, the two were relieved to have Brittany returned from police custody and to have the legal authority to foster her. Though she is aware that Zack had an affair with Lauren Branning, Jacqueline Jossa, Bianca, Patsy Palmer stayed strictly in the background, keeping an eye on them and believing Zack should come clean. To celebrate Brittany's safe homecoming, the family proceeded to the Queen Vic, where they were treated to a surprise by Ollie Alexander, the UK's Eurovision contestant. Feeling overwhelmed by the uniqueness of the day, Whitney made the decision to take it a step further. Standing behind Zack, she, rather awkwardly, given her pregnancy, got down on one knee and proposed marriage. To the surprise of the pub, Zack was thrilled and said yes right away. Bianca and Lauren, on the other hand, who had thunder-faced Zack to portray cheerful families, weren't as happy. Will they live happily ever after? Will Zack's secret ever be revealed or not? On EastEnders, there were dramatic scenes as Nadine's, Jazzy Phoenix, cruel secret that she wasn't actually pregnant, was ultimately exposed. Throughout the entire episode, as Stevie, Alan Ford, attempted to reintegrate into Billy's, Perry Fenwick, life, the tension was razor-thin. Despite Stevie's best attempts, he was unable to establish a rapport with Billy's extended family, and eventually there was a personality conflict. Nonetheless, the father persisted in attempting to make apologies by various means. One of the first people to be open and give Stevie a chance was kind Lexi, Isabella Brown, and this led to the introduction of Jamie Borthwick. When Stevie happened upon Nadine during a heated conversation with her supervisor, he too discovered an improbable point of agreement. Nadine was eager to keep the shady exchange private and promised Stevie a substantial sum of money in exchange for his silence. Even though Stevie took the money at first, he didn't feel comfortable. He chose to snap and lash out at Nadine after the family betrayed him. To the consternation of the pub, he told her she can't kid a kidder and prodded at her pregnant belly with his walking stick. The reality was eventually revealed when Jay approached and tore out her false tummy. What will Jay say to Nadine now that he's in total horror? Colin Salmon's character George Knight will be shocked when his estranged son Junior Knight shows up in EastEnders. Micah Balfour, a familiar face to fans of Doctor Who and Emmerdale, will portray George Junior Knight Jr. It's reasonable to say that George and Junior have a tense relationship that has been strained for decades. Furthermore, George is in a terrible place as a result of his adopted parents' admission that they were paid to take him on. In addition, Elizabeth Council's character Gloria passed away in prison and Christopher Fairbanks' character Eddie was imprisoned for a historical murder. You would think that Junior's birth would be a joyful occasion, given George's current state of affairs. However, the reasons for their long-lasting conflict and separation are still very much a secret, as is the unexpected manner in which they have reconciled. Junior will therefore undoubtedly have a few secrets that he will keep to himself. Walford stated, "I'm thrilled to be joining the cast of EastEnders as part of the Knight family," in reference to his exciting new role as Junior. The most bizarre experience of my career was entering the square for the first time because I grew up watching the show and have known many of the characters for as long as I can remember. It's an honor to work with Colin Salmon, whom I've admired for a long time, as well as the incredible Harriet Thorpe and Kelly Bright, as well as Francesca Henry and Molly Rainford, who are dynamos on screen, he continued. Junior is a complex man who will cause a bit of a stir, making him an exciting character to play. I'm delighted to welcome Micah Balfour to the cast of EastEnders as he takes on the role of Junior Knight, executive producer Chris Clenshaw said. The audience is mostly unaware of George's son and the reasons behind their estrangement, despite references to Junior since the Knights arrived in the square. After an unexpected encounter with his father, Junior travels to Walford and is immediately thrown into the center of the action. But viewers will soon realize that there's more to Junior than first meets the eye. Later this month, Junior Knight will be seen on screens, and Walford has already begun filming, bringing the silent victims to light. Finally, a viewer brought up another topic that no soap opera has addressed before, saying, "EastEnders is fantastic tonight." Words cannot express how powerful Angela Winter's portrayal of Yolanda is. Older women are never talked about when it comes to rape and sexual assault. They exclaimed, and they ought to be. The majority of the time, rape in fiction has portrayed younger women and men as the victims of predators. Yet, the crime is timeless and damages the lives of all it targets, including the most vulnerable, children and the elderly. Teo Valentin Todorovitz, a caregiver in Cheltenham, was arrested in September 2023 for raping, abusing, and making bizarre recordings of old ladies. A few weeks later, a 72-year-old man and woman in Manchester came forward to tell something to the police, and another person was charged with 2 rapes and 1 attempted sexual assault. To top it all off, elder women have been glaringly ignored from developments surrounding the subject of sexual assault and rape, with only one report by Durham School of Applied Social Sciences signed by Hannah Bowes and Nicole Westmoreland for the Oxford Academy. Hannah and Nicole, 2015, state that there were just 3 published UK studies on the subject. Hannah suggested in a different piece that this might be the outcome of the age crime curve, writing, "Traditionally, violence has been seen as an issue that affects young people. In criminology, studies in the 1980s reported that most offending was concentrated around the teenage and early adolescent years, and levels of offending dropped steeply with age." However, Yolanda's experience serves as a sobering reminder that tragedy never waits for an age to strike, as it is evident that a younger Pastor Clayton took advantage of her naive and gentle disposition. Rather, the soap opera highlights a system that requires accountability and perpetuates impunity in spite of strong calls for reform. Can EastEnders aid in creating the atmosphere? I wrote the song last summer with Danielle Harrell. We started off with the word dizzy because it just popped into my head and I liked it. Ollie previously revealed about the numerous inspirations that went into the tune. A.S. I was considering enjoyable activities that could cause vertigo. I remembered uttering the phrase, "dizzy from your kisses." Consequently, the song is about experiencing a tremendous surge of emotion for someone who completely transforms your world. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.